Hello everyone and welcome back to Stellaris and to the EOS Commonwealth. It is the year 2264 and things are moving along at a reasonable pace. Now I am a little bit concerned about where exactly you think you're going, Meladio, because we are all but finished with building this up. I would hope that we are anyway. Yeah, it's come together fairly quickly. I think they were hoping to grab this location, but no, says I. It's an alpine world. We could definitely get a planet down there. That would actually help us out quite a lot. What are you getting up to? Are you trying to build your own? Did you just try to? Yeah, you are. Wow, you cheeky little git, you. Now, unless you've got some sort of benefit to the speed at which you can build, then this shouldn't matter. Yeah, you are actually trying to build stuff. You wretch! How dare! Never mind. We're going to have ours built. Bomb. There we go. This is now my world, and you cannot have it unless you have already started to claim it. That would suck. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie even slightly. Are you still building, or have you given up? You've given up. Whew. Right. Well, kind of want to grab everything in here. But the moment that we have the means to grab this one, I would very much like to try. Very, very much like to try, honestly. We'll see how that goes. Right now, my science ships are just doing the last little bits of surveying out on the edges of the Empire. Once that's done, we're going to start getting science ships purely to help research on planets which are researching actively, which aren't very many of them. I'll be perfectly honest at the moment, so we'll see how that one goes. Relic activation available. It's always available to be activated. That being said, though, we could proclaim religious revelation. I don't really think it's particularly necessary right now, though, so we're probably okay with that one. However, are there any other systems you want to go and explore? Yeah, there are a few pockets here and there. Go ahead and enjoy yourself. Let's have a look. What are you up to? Oh, did you actually... did you succeed in building that base? No, you're just sat there. That's actually mine. Never mind. I'm such a good emperor. I totally know my own heraldry. Oh well. But we're going to allow a little bit of time to pass as our ships go out there and map the stars. Not that we actually have that edict active right now. As we wait for the last little bits that we need to be able to build an outpost over here. Only 35 lacking. We may get it before they do. We might not. We'll see how it goes. Birth of the Galactic Market. De facto galactic trade, unbound by the performance of international diplomacy, has existed since we first discovered that we are not alone in the universe. As new borders are discovered and old ones redrawn across the galaxy, galactic leaders agree that it is time to legitimize this commercial forum, so that all may benefit. In the coming years, independent traders and governing agencies will be looking to establish a quasi-centralized hub for galactic commerce. We would surely benefit were this hub to fall within EOS space, so we can choose to promote one of our worlds for this purpose. Okay, unlocks a decision. Nominate for Galactic Market Hub. Begins the founding of the Galactic Market event train. Now, odds are we're not really going to be particularly a big player in this particular event chain, so I'm not going to hold out too much hope. The Senators voted on and passed a resolution form the Galactic Market. Marvelous. Up next will be nature sanctuaries. This will... Diplomatic weight from economies will drop even more. Pop consumer goods upkeep will drop a little bit. Clear blocker time will increase. Pop amenities usage will decrease. And planet build speed will also decrease. Currently, we are actually within our Empire administrative cap. We are actually going to be building a new building for that as well, just to give us a little bit of extra room to grow and to prosper. But for the moment, things aren't looking too terribly badly. But yeah, the whole thing about getting that set up is going to be a rough one. Where should we look for this? Now, we look at decisions. Let's have a quick gander. Galactic Hub Market Hub nomination. Nominate this planet as a trade hub candidate for the coalescing galactic market. Applies a base marketplace competitiveness rating modifier to the planet according to its local conditions. The better the rating, the more likely the planet will play host to the future galactic market. That's going to be a rough one for us. Being a nexus of galactic trade is a position as prestigious as it is profitable. The market is fickle, but with enough incentives, we might be able to lure the big players to establish themselves on this planet. If we have an awful lot of influence, maybe there would be something we could do, but I really don't fancy that one's going to be happening anytime soon. I'm going to be honest on that one. That is pretty unlikely. Restoring the Ecumenopolis on Aavak, though, now that is something that I would very much like to do. But we're going to need some new research to get that one up and running properly. Either way, though, it's not the worst thing in the world. Still, we're just going to have to wait out and see how that one goes. Time to project. We've got a little while on this one. We have got our construction ship on its way, but it is still quite a ways out. Let's have a look. Where are you? There we are. You've got such a long trip to get there. Unlikely we're going to get it, but we'll see how things go. Back to waiting then, as we continue to expand our borders. Hopefully. Oh, glowing webs of an unknown origin periodically illuminate the surface of Gismay 4A. Okay, go ahead and research it, please, and thank you. Oh, we've also got new technology. Coil guns. Marvelous. Right, what are we going to research next, then? We could go with flat cannons. I'm not so keen on that one right now. This is such a long research there, though. We could go and unlock the next tier of coil gun, or we could even get some extra mining output. We don't really need the mining output right now, though. I would say going down the kinetic weapons path might be the better option. That or the plating, but no, we're going to go with coil guns. We're going to continue work on that. Do we have any scientists specialize in that particular field of science? No, we don't. So we'll just carry on as is.
Knowledge is the key to the universe.
Indeed it is. Science Officer Vanya Loswin reports that Gismay 4A is covered from pole to pole in a web-like network of electrical filaments. These networks respond to external stimuli. The ISS Calipus experimented with sending a low-voltage pulse to the surface, which resulted in a wave of illumination that rippled through the network like a circuit board. Even more remarkably, the webs rearranged themselves. A second low-voltage pulse revealed that the filaments had been organized into a new pattern, centered around where the previous pulse had contacted the surface of Gismay 4A. Vanya Loswin concludes that this discovery confirms her long-held theory that life can exist as almost purely electrical impulses, independent of cellular or viral structures. Marvelous. Skill level of Vanya Loswin changed by 1. Also, more marvelous, technology. There we go. Xenobiology has increased our society research by 20%. Studying the life that arises on other worlds and beyond allows us to understand the fundamental aspects of biology that were previously beyond our reach. The timing on those two events is fantastic. It's like one fed directly into the other. That was, I think, quite awesome. Okay, arcane deciphering. Unlocks feature, reverse engineer minor artifacts. Various artifacts and technologies function by arcane means that cannot be understood or replicated, at least not by conventional science, as it is known to us. Now, this one is most intriguing. Most intriguing. Oh man, really? Really? You're making me pick between these two? You jerk. We're definitely going for this one. We're going for the rare ones. We're always going for the rare ones. But damn, that was annoying. Oh well, I suppose worse things could happen. How's New Frontiers doing? It's not doing great, honestly. I mean, I could possibly give you some bonuses, couldn't I? Let's dump a whole bulk load of food over there. Also, let's use a load of luxuries as well. Sure, let's get that going. I want pretty much as much pull on all of our planets as we possibly can. Indeed, there is no reason not to do that here as well. This one, maybe not as much because we're not getting much in terms of food right now, and I do need to improve that. But I want as many people moving into our world as possible from as many different places as possible. I see absolutely no downside to that right now. So let's continue. We are gradually building up the influence we need, and I don't see anyone making a beeline for this area just yet.
We are out by only 13 points, so hopefully we'll have that soon. Oh, traditions available. Marvelous. Galactic ambition. Starbase upkeep reduced by 20%. And we have unlocked our next Ascension perk. Now then, to decide where we're going. I think where we're going to go is ultimately to Mastery of Nature. The clear blocker cost will be pleasant, but the Mastery of Nature perk specifically will allow us to increase the amount of districts that any planet can have by 2, only once on each planet, and of all of the ones that we've got here, that one seems to be the most useful to us in the immediate future. There's a possibility there perhaps Imperial Prerogative would have been nice, since that would give us a bit of an admin cap boost, and we're always at the edge of that one. Transcendent Learning is nice for the experience gain, but right now it doesn't seem to be where we're really focusing at the moment. Our species are not necessarily built to maximize that. Yeah, I think we're going to be going for Mastery of Nature. So there we go. Bomb. There we are. Now we can actually start clearing some blockers a little bit better. And we actually have a problem with housing on this world. That's not too bad, realistically speaking. We can definitely add some more room. We could get some city districts. We could even get some other odds and sods here and there. We do not yet have the technology to remove some of the blockers around the place. But sure, we'll pop down a city district here and there. That'll increase trade value and amenities. So sure, we'll pop down. I'd like to keep a good amount of housing on any particular planet just to allow more and more people to come. I don't know if having spare housing encourages migration though, so maybe I'll just keep it to like one spare city district more or less per world. We'll have a look. But for example, Aavak has no trouble at all. Caladan could probably do with something. The administration office, I can't recall if really. That is most frustrating. How many houses? It doesn't give any housing, but that was painful. Why wouldn't you give me information? That seems so dumb. Oh well. We'll pop down another city district there as well, just so we've got a little bit of extra room. We do not need any room on Lapsang Prime, not for a good long while. Nor do we need any extra room on New Frontiers either. So we should be okay for a little bit. Oh, that's gonna really annoy me so much. Oh well, it's a thing that happened. Right. Let's go ahead and get you guys upgraded. It'll take us a little bit of our materials, but that shouldn't be too bad. And we'll also do the same in here. We'll get you upgraded where we can as well. Generally speaking, things are going reasonably well over here. If we have a look at technology, we've got quite a few months before we need any more activity over there. And how far out are we from over here? Only about 3 months away. That is not bad. Oh, they're moving in. They're moving in rather rapidly. That is crazy scary. Okay, time to move. Get down there right now. Abandon whatever you're working on. Okay, just go now. There we go. We should. Hopefully, there we are. Get in there, build it now. You've got to be fast on your feet. Hopefully, you're already on the way. Yes.
Ship upgrades.
Oh, that's gonna get so annoying for them. Every single time, it's like, damn it, I was almost there. There we go. We may beat them if they're faster at building. Then yeah, that's gonna kind of suck for us. But we're gonna do our best. Where is this one going to exactly? You are not colonizing this world. That is 100% not a world that you're allowed to have. Sorry and all that, but no. Oh no! Datour has died at the ripe old age of 81. Rip Datour. Okay, well, let's find you another scientist then. Do we have a scientist with that particular military speciality? Yes, we do. Well, in that case, getting a spark of genius is never a bad call, so let's go ahead and get you here. Now, let's find out what your real name is. Welcome, Scientist Malachi, and thank you very much for your Patreon support. There we go. Welcome to the Commonwealth, and may you long be a part of it without dying, being eaten by aliens, sucked into strange esoteric dimensions, etc., etc., etc. Unless that's your thing. In which case, crack on. Who am I to judge? Right. Are we getting this done? Yes, so close. How long is left on this? 60 days. Try and do it. I wonder if the limit will work once we've gotten there. Will just getting there be enough and starting the project? Will that freeze the timer? Hard to know. Very hard to know. Okay, Senate is in recess, but this is coming along reasonably soon. And yeah, I mean, I'm all for this. We're not amazing, let's be honest, but oh, actually, no. Look at us go. Wow. Really? I wasn't even looking there. I was looking down here and I was like, oh, I'm not even there. I must be down. No, I'm actually at the... How? Well. I approve. I approve enormously of this. This is glorious. We have the most diplomatic weight in the entire galactic community. This is glorious. Okay. Well, we should probably consider maybe vying for the Galactic Market Hub. I really can't imagine that's going to happen, though. I'm going to be honest with you. Very unlikely. Super unlikely. And at this point, I'm starting to feel that I actually need to get ourselves another construction ship. It's been a long while. We really do need one. We need a couple, actually, to work on all of these various planets that we've got dotted around the place, and we need a couple of colony ships as well. Oh, there's so much that we could be doing right now. I don't want to overload the Empire, though, with too many places that all need building up at the same time, because that does drag a little bit. Through hard work and experience, Governor Clueless has developed new skills. What an unfortunate name for governor. That's all I have to say. That's super unfortunate. Now let's have a look at you. You are currently 97% there.
Construction completed.
Ha! Ah, nothing brings me more joy. If this had just been an uncontested system, I would have gotten significantly less joy out of taking that. Like, I mean, by a marked margin. There would have been a huge discrepancy between the amount of joy that I felt taking that from them, knowing that they wanted it. I am 100% a good guy, I maintain, however. It's just, look, yeah, okay, that was a bit of a jerk move. I guess there's no salvaging from that. But still, joy.
The special project has concluded.
We managed to stop an excavator before it broke down. It's a remarkable piece of machinery with a smooth surface covered in diamonds. At first glance, the whole drill seems like one solid piece, but it is simply so well put together that you cannot notice the grooves and joints. Our engineers will be able to reverse engineer some of this technology. Ooh, nice. Deep core mining has been gained. Fantastic work, peeps. And a new anomaly. At first glance, this planet does not seem capable of supporting living beings, but nevertheless, we've detected life signs emanating from somewhere beneath its frozen surface. Go ahead and research, and enjoy while you're doing it. Because really, if you're not enjoying it, then why are you even a scientist at all? The Senate is now in session. All right. Oh, well, I think pretty much everyone is in favor of this one. It's probably the only people who aren't in favor of it. There's nowhere near enough votes between them to prevent it from going through, even from the people who just want it, not even the ones who might swing either way. I think we're fairly solid on that one. Form Galactic Council. Ooh, what's this? The Galactic community should have a council of leaders to keep order. Establish a Galactic Council of 3 members. The council begins with the powers to push emergency measures, propose sanction resolutions, and denounce. I am 100% in support of that. Quite aggressively in support of that, actually. In fact, to this point, I would even remove my support from things like Guardian Angels Act, just to elevate this one a little bit more. If I drop that down, for example, oh man, these ones have got a lot of support if they're still going with me saying no to it. Typical market weight from POPs is increased, worker happiness. I mean, Charter of Workers' Rights would be nice, but I really would like Form the Galactic Council to be up there. Really, really would like that one. I will be opposing this one once it goes through. That's just the way that that one's going to be. We are... yeah, that one's got like no support whatsoever. People don't want to get rid of that one. I want to continue to improve my current lead there if possible. I wonder which 3 races will be selected. It'll possibly be the top 3 races once that gets pushed through. So I really need to make sure that that is something that we are among. Unfortunately, we did miss out. Wap wap. Recycling campaign has ended, so let's go ahead and see if we can't turn that back on. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. Dropping consumer goods requirements. I would like some of these, but they're quite far away, unfortunately. Is there anything around here that I would like? Not really. No. The nanite actuators is actually quite amazing, though, but other than that, not really a thing for us. Diplomatic grants would be fantastic for us to save up for, just because it gives us that much more power again. Declare Saint was pretty amazing whilst we had it. We'll see how that goes, I think, for now. Right now, I've got our construction ships just fleshing out the interior of our space. Alien Specimen Procurement. The director of the Museum of Exobiology on Aavak has issued a request for the procurement of several live alien specimens. These creatures were spotted on surveyed habitable worlds, but they are difficult to capture. It will require the full resources of a science ship for a lengthy period of time. We will gather these specimens. Oh, yes. 100%. I quite like this one. Right, okay. Let's add tracks to all of these, and we will get a science ship to deal with that as and when we get the chance to. Oh, that's kind of annoying. Oh, they're all over the universe. That's super annoying, actually. That's even more annoying than I was expecting it to be. Alright, well, where are you headed off to exactly? You know what? No, you're heading there instead. And then you're going to head over here. Oh, let's go back out. Then you're going to head over here. Following that, there we go. That's what I wanted, to do that research project. Promptly, you will head over there, and we'll just pop these down. At least the ones we can get to. We can't get into the Hidden Sovereignty. That is a bit of a shame. And then finally we'll go, oh my lord, you're going to have a long, long journey ahead of you. Well done, though. Enjoy. This is going to be several... There's going to be several generations of our species that are going to have come and gone before this one is done. We may have to go to war with the Hidden Sovereignty in order to complete that one. That's a bit of a pain because, yeah, not liking that one too much, honestly. That one will be a bit of a problem. Oh, well. It's not a great issue for us. Not really. Not deep down. Right. Anything else that we want to do inside our borders right now? I've currently got our construction ship heading back here because I want to continue to try and isolate these areas where we can. Ideally, if I can get up there and cover that planet, then we can make that one a consecrated world and free up one of the others. For example, Chandris there. Oh. Science Officer Sandman has returned from the expedition that studied the rich biosphere in the seas beneath the ice mantle of Despad 4. Our underwater probes have mapped the terrain and catalogued most of the life forms. Although this data may be of some use to biologists, no particular discoveries have been made that would have any applications beyond that. Well, you know, you gained experience, so that's good. Through hard work and experience, a scientist Sandman has developed new skills. Oh. Well, there we go. Let's have a look. Oh, now that is actually very good because you can actually take over here. Let's get you down there. Womp. There you go. We're going to need to swap over our scientist, but Manu, you can now continue mapping the stars. There we are. That'll do very nicely, I think. Womp. There we are. Okay, not too bad. Right then, let's continue on mapping everything and, ooh, Caladan. We are now working on employment. Really? Well, I wasn't expecting that at all, if I'm perfectly honest. Not after adding the administrative offices, but apparently. Well, you know what? We could always pop in an extra... Well, we're going to have one extra city district, and that's going to give us a couple of new jobs. But I could pop down a couple of generator districts as well, just to bring in a little bit more money into the Empire. That wouldn't be an awful idea, I think. Sure, we'll pop down 3 generator districts. Well, maybe not 3.
Let's dial that one back a little bit. I want to be able to completely flesh out the agri-world side of it. There we go. Crack on. New world colonized and new technology to boot. There we go. Research is increased by 20% for physics. That is fantastic. Now we could get an increase to our sensors. We go for blue lasers, hyperdrive 2, which would not be a bad one at all. Or we could get auxiliary fire control. By installing an auxiliary fire control system, our ships can afford to make more advanced calculations, increasing accuracy. This would be good on very large ships where afterburners are of no particular use to them. I think, sure, we're going to go with that one. Yeah, let's work on that one. Newly founded colony. Fantastic. Lapsang Souchong is here, or rather Lapsang Prime. Right, okay, well, there's nothing new for us to do down here, but we can lay down a couple of early decisions just to make things a little bit easier for people. Let's go ahead and distribute luxury goods. And indeed, let's get the growth on this planet a little bit better as well. I think that will work out quite nicely. Let's get some early peeps down here. Now, what are we going to be using on this world? Let's see, have you got anything particularly amazing? You're going to have a decent amount of agriculture, but honestly, probably more generator districts than anything else. Or possibly, we might want to just start focusing on research here. That wouldn't be a bad one. Let's get a city district, though. Just for the initial pops, and then we'll pop down a generator district as well. I think that'll be useful for the time being. The Tasgaroid is an extremely lethal predator that stalks the dense jungles of Menkar 2 at night, paralyzing its prey with electric shocks before sucking their brains out with its tube-like mouth. Unfortunately, 3 of the crew members of the ISS Dionysus were lost to these creatures before a specimen could be secured. The Museum of Exobiology on Aavak will rename one of its wings after these brave officers to honor their sacrifice. I shouldn't be laughing, but I am such a bad person. Oh my lord, why does this game bring out the worst in me? Research agreement broken. Oh, okay. Diplomatic communication from Mictor Keepers. Okay, we no longer see benefit in sharing our technology with you, Mictor. The research agreement has between our empires is no more. Okay, well, that's fine. That's just one more step away. Let's actually check out our contacts. Where are the Mictor Keepers? Yeah, that's been worsening for quite some time. All of the effort that we put into improving our relations is just gradually being worn down over time. Our relationship with the Althad Forerunners is bloody amazing, though, which is always nice to see. You've already got 3 rivals, so there's no point in me trying to rival you. That just wouldn't help, unfortunately, as much as I kind of would like it. I don't think we can communicate with them, no, alas not. The Merchant Guild, I mean, there's not much to do there. There's a couple of federations around here and there, but nothing particularly amazing for us right now. Let's have a look. There doesn't seem to be anything we can do yet. We need a little bit more, just a tiny bit more opinion of us, and we'll be able to get that. Tell us about the research, the mysteries of the universe. You know what? If I can buy something, tell us how to defeat it. Yeah, this would bump their opinion of us, sure. Okay, there you go. As you may have surmised, the scavenger was not built according to any definitive pre-existing schematics. As a result, some of its parts fit together less than optimally, leading to a discrete number of structural weaknesses. Of course, most of these are obscured from view to the uninitiated, but our advanced sensors have managed to isolate them. Tell your fleets to focus fire on these parts of the scavenger's hull, and it should substantially impact the amount of damage the construct is able to take before collapsing. Marvelous. And now, with that, we may be able to get one of your scientists. Could we recruit one of your scientists? We are willing to pledge the service of one of our most brilliant scientists to your cause. This is not an offer we make to just anyone, you understand. A suitable donation will of course be necessary before travel arrangements can be made. Of course, you shall have your donation. Yes, please indeed. Excellent. You will now have unfettered access to one of the greatest minds of our time. Glorious. Let's go and check out our new scientist there. Okay, you're a level 5. You are a curator So research speed, survey speed, they're all quite nice and high. This leader hails from the Curator Enclave. His understanding of technology and exploration is unmatched. Now, where would we want to pop you? Let's have a look. Is anyone... you actually have a specialization, so do you. But, you see... I mean, the research speed there is increased, which is nice. But generally speaking, I kind of have this feeling that having a curator is going to give us potentially better access to things, and we're not losing anything by having you there. So, sure, we'll pop you there. I guess at this point, we can go ahead and make a new science ship. Sure. For our current scientist to use. Right, get us a new science ship, and this one can just be there to assist in research. That will actually train up levels reasonably quickly, and it'll generally be a fairly good move to make, in my opinion. Borders closed with the Mictod Keepers. Well, poop. That's annoying. I'm afraid we're probably going to have to go to war, Mictod Keepers. Yep, it's a thing that's going to happen. Probably soon, actually. We will likely orchestrate a war so we can get in there and finish off researching, but we won't do that for a while. There we go, railgun research complete. Now, we can have a look at cruisers or star fortresses. Both of them are incredibly tempting. Did core mining. That would give us a wallop load more minerals, which would be nice. But I think... Improved structural integrity, defense platform, hull strength. That's not a biggie for me right now. Maybe increasing the research that we're getting by an extra 20% would be nice. That would require industry. Both of those would require industry. We could unlock basic strike craft as well, and that would be interesting to be sure. But ultimately, I'm kind of feeling it for the cruises. But no, we're gonna grab the increased research for now. Do we have someone who's specialized in just pure industry? We do not. In that case, Dr. Zip, you can go ahead there, and instead we will have Sandman. No, not Sandman. Where are our physicists? There we go. Oak, you can go over there. Also, Dr. Zip, really? I'm afraid your name is far too conspicuous. The anti-intellectual movement might target you, so we're going to have to find a suitable alias for you. Welcome, Dan 3221, the 3221st Dan in the Dan line. It's a very, very prolific family, this one. They love their children almost as much as they love making their children, frankly. And it's a very loving family. I will have you know. Every child feels that they have more than enough time from their parents. It's just that their parents feel like there isn't enough time in the universe for anything else. That's probably why they have to lift their spirits so much by making more children. Because frankly, taking care of the children that they've already made is really, really tiresome. Oh my lord. Nevertheless, they do their best. Well done, family of Dan. Right, let's go ahead and continue to upgrade. We've got quite a lot of ships that could do with a little bit of a boost there. Yes, indeed they could. Indeed they could. Through hard work and experience, scientist Rui has developed new skills. Oh, okay. Well, what are the new skills you've got? Oh, nice. Carefree. I mean, you know, that'll be useful out and about if I pop you into a science ship. There we are. Auxiliary fire control is complete. Now then, curator... exploration lab. I mean, we could get that, though it's really not particularly useful to us at this point, I would say. But upgrading our labs would be fantastically good for us. Yes. Yes, I think we're going for that one. I think we're definitely going for that one. Okay, so that will work out reasonably well for us, and we have the specialization in it, so that works out well, doubly well, rather. Right, we have our new science ship, and we have an available scientist, Sandman. You shall be helping out with research on Aavak. Aavak is one of the only places that is actually generating any kind of research for us, which is kind of scary, actually. We do need to improve that. The rest of our research comes from elsewhere. And also, interestingly enough, we have work unemployment and
a building slot. So we could, in fact, improve this. Let's go ahead and drop down another research lab. That being said, a robot assembly plant would kind of be nice. Simply because we could then start getting pops to fill these jobs, but realistically, we don't need it. We want to have the research labs. Let's go ahead, plonk you down, start improving our research a bit. For now, that's the main focus that we're going to need to be looking towards. We should also have enough to start expanding out there. There we go. Unfortunately, that means we're a little ways off being able to build over there. Only 9, actually, so we may be able to get this location working for us as well reasonably soon. But with that in mind, it might be better to get up there and just continue to expand our borders out, because if we can grab these 2 sites here, well, in fact, if we can just grab all of them, it would be quite nice. But definitely taking this one is important, because then it isolates this part for us as well. So it might be worth getting a constructor up there. We have a colony vessel on its way to Omagus as we speak to add a new colony. It shall be Chai Prime, and Chai Prime will be joining the Bubbles sector. So that'll actually be quite nice. And then soon after that, hopefully, we will get the Jaundice 4A as a habited world as well. We need more and more room for our ever-growing population. The Gelsbig Foundation would like to form a research agreement with us. Well, you're a reasonably potent adversary. In fact, you're one of the closest to us in terms of diplomatic weight, at the very least. Spiritualist, fanatic, xenophile. Actually, yeah, you would be a decent one to have a research agreement with. You seem to align with our way of life reasonably well, so sure. I'm going to need to get back on top of piracy because it's getting a little bit nasty, and we are going to need our anti-piracy fleet to be able to handle the journey out all the way over there as well. Now, they could go a different route, but I'd rather them not if I can possibly avoid that. I'd rather them take just one long route over there. An odd factor. A group of investigators have found a hidden factory on Lapsang Prime. The building and its state of decay tells of an old civilization, one that excelled at constructing things that stood the test of time. Our population would easily be able to use the facility to add to the colony's production output. Intriguing. Okay, let's go and check on Lapsang Prime. An old factory. Where does this exist? An odd factory. A well-crafted facility that produces high-value resources left on the planet by a different civilization. Odd factory jobs. I guess here? Right, okay. These workers labor in an ancient and mysterious factory of unknown origin. What could go wrong? Yeah. It's gonna suck when that goes wrong and suddenly we're sucked through some sort of strange portal. Yep. Alright, okay, so specialist unemployment. Okay, well, we're gonna need some more peeps down here then, reasonably soon. We've only got a fairly small population right now. Let's have a look. We've just got 2 Glebsig on the planet at present, but we've got plenty of room for more, so hopefully we can get people moving in there reasonably soon. We've got worker unemployment here. 1 EOS is currently unemployed. There are some Banthurians here as well, which is not too bad. All things considered though, things are moving along reasonably well. Where is my ship that is currently en route to study all of this? I wonder. That would indeed be you, by the seams of it. Or no, actually it wouldn't be. There we go. Right, well, you're heading out. It's going to take you a ridiculously long time to get all of that done, so oh well. Checking in on the Galactic Senate. Yeah, a bunch of people are abstaining, but it really won't matter. Wow, we are starting to pull ahead quite nicely. The Galactic Market has been established. The center of the galactic commerce has manifested in the Septokar system.
within the borders of the Seven Collective. Yeah, we never really had the influence. I mean, I could have tried and pushed for it in the end, but I don't think we would have been able to do anything with it. The Seven administration has officially legitimized this marketplace where resources can be bought and sold through unaffiliated third parties. Marvelous. Ends the founding of the Galactic Market event chain. I mean, that's gonna really buff some people's economies. One pop of our founder species, EOS, is up for sale on this. What? What the dickens? How dare? We are... oh, actually the Seven Collective, they're pretty low down there. Well, let's go and have a look. Slave market.
Life is cheap, but only by those who don't have to pay interplanetary shipping rates and import taxes.
Really, Veer? My goodness, that is just terrible. Okay. I don't actually see any of our population there. I'm not sure what's going on there, but alright. I don't agree with it though. Whatever it is. My lord. Oh dear, our Federation cohesion is falling. Oh, that's not good. Okay, let's have a quick look. Vote weight. No, I'm fine with it being equal for the most part. I mean, I would be a little bit ahead of Republic of Pultron Og, but the Bathurian Trading Consortium would be well ahead of us. I wouldn't mind pushing for majority vote on war declarations, but again, holding off on that one. But it looks like we may need to assign an envoy here to help out a little bit with this. That's a big shame. That's actually a huge shame. Wow, we are dominating in terms of tech. Really dominating. Okay, let's have a quick look. What's pulling down from this? From ethics, diverse ethics, opposing ethics, -1. From members, 0.75. Rotation succession type, -50. Oh. Medium fleet contribution, -50. Well, what different types of succession would help then? Alright, monthly cohesion is dropped. Pure random. Oh, challenge. Yeah, no one really wants that. We could push for it, but we wouldn't get it, so there's not really much point. Alright, well, we'll best assign an envoy then. Represent our interest within Royalty Federation. We've already got 2 envoys here. This is a bit rough. Let's have a look. Could we afford to pull any of our envoys away from where they currently are? They are improving our relations. We're improving theirs. We're improving theirs. I mean, they're okay at the moment. We could even push for a research agreement, but I'm not actually sure that that's necessarily the best thing for us to do. They are improving. We are improving. They are improving. Okay, well, I think we can probably afford to pull one of my envoys away from Galesburg Foundation. Yeah, let's get you over here. That'll help a tiny bit, but we need someone else to help out with his. I've already assigning 3 of my envoys to try and keep our cohesion up. Either that, or we might need to consider getting rid of the Banthurian Trading Consortium. It would really, really suck because they've got such high opinion, but we'll have to see. Maybe one of our allies will assign an extra envoy. I'm not going to assign any more than that. I need my envoys for doing other things, damn it. But that is a bit of a pain. I can't hold this thing together by myself. Oh, my lord, really again. Is it just because... Oh, maybe it is purely because this species is considered one of my founding species. One pop of our founder species, Eos, is up for... I don't see the founding species. No, I absolutely do not see this happening. Nope. I don't quite understand it, but okay, it's a thing, I guess. We do need some food, though, so it's probably worth me going ahead and purchasing some of that. I could drop a couple of moats, maybe, onto the market. Wouldn't make us that much, honestly. I could drop 10,000 minerals for a decent chunk. Let's have a look. Total amount of anything sold. Okay, well, let's go ahead and donk. And then we'll just happily buy 5,000 food for now. That'll keep us going for a little bit. Hopefully we can get our agri worlds up to speed reasonably quickly. New branch office. The Batharian Trading Consortium Mega Corporation has established a new branch office on Lapsang Prime. Very well. Right, there we go. Reverse engineer minor artifacts. Various artifacts and technologies function by arcane means that cannot be understood or replicated. Marvelous. Now I'm really interested in where we might be able to take that in a little bit. We could unlock some tile blockers. Are there any in particular that we would like to clear out? In fact, this agri world, what's blocking you? Dense jungle and toxic kelp. Okay, well that's not going to happen then. That's a bit of a shame. And there just aren't enough agricultural areas here, unfortunately. I mean, we could increase it by 2 by getting rid of massive glaciers, but they're not really going to help me achieve anything. We have got plenty of volcanoes and dangerous wildlife, though. Our Forge world could stand the benefit from removing volcanoes. Quite a lot from removing volcanoes, but otherwise it's jungles that we would want to shift. Alternatively, we could go for level 3 Secrets of Life, but no. Let's go ahead and clear Deep Crust Engineering. Let's tick that one off where we can. All right, so moving along then, and continuing to expand where we can. Feral behavior. Reports from our colony on Lapsang Prime claims that there's been an increase in feral behavior. Apparently, parts of the population have expressed hitherto unprecedented levels of lust and aggression. And no one knows why. Well, I can take a wild guess. Pop growth speed plus 125%. Wow. Loud minority modifier added, giving the following effects. More crime, less happiness, lots of growth speed. Honestly, with that much growth speed, why is happiness down? Because, okay, well, we're going to have to deal with the crime issues then. Yeah, we're going to have to deal with that quite aggressively. We may even want to get some armies down here then. Would they have any effect on the... having defensive armies here, would they have any effect on the crime? I don't think they would, actually, thinking about it. No, I think we need to get some actual suppression buildings built to try and deal with that. That's a bit of a pain, but oh well. Right, which way are you currently heading? Let's go ahead and build everything down here. There we go. Are you heading up or down? Ah, that's kind of annoying. I missed my opportunity. What I wanted to do was get them to swing all the way up once they reached Alphard. Ah, well. Getting on to Jaundice and then down to Omagus. Violence on the rise. The feral behavior on Lapsang Prime shows no signs of stopping anytime soon. In fact, it has risen since the last report. Promiscuous and violent acts happen all the time, and a large part of the population seems to be affected. Well, this is rather unfortunate. Yeah. Oh, wow. Crime plus 25. Wow. Rowdy bunch modifier added, giving the following effect. Plus 200% growth speed. An odd factor. Right, okay. No reports of any problems have been issued from the odd factory on Lapsang Prime. It seems like the colony will maintain the projected production estimates. Are we sure it's good, though? Are we positive? Because I'm thinking that maybe it isn't. I'm thinking that perhaps something rather bizarre is going on right now.
Knowledge is the key to the universe.
It is indeed. Ah, there we go. Research complexes. Fantastic news. Archaeology skills. Oh, wow. Okay, curator archaeology lab. That I'm definitely interested in. Though, honestly, at this point, are we going to see more archaeology around? That's questionable. But still, I'm going to go for it. Sure. Let's go ahead and grab that while we can.
Situation log has been
This is madness! The situation on Lapsang Prime has spiraled out of control. A staggering number of inhabitants are now infected with whatever is causing this feral deluge, and the colony has started to break down because of it. Something needs to be done, or Lapsang Prime will be lost. Well, then do something! Rooting out the problem. But we already know what the problem is. I mean, come on. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to work out. Yeah, we started working in some esoteric, mysterious factory that just produced stuff. All of a sudden, our population starts to be really, really weird. Okay. The wild and ferocious behavior of the population on Lapsang Prime is definitely caused by something, and if unchecked, it may destroy the entire colony. It's high time to investigate what's causing this strange and destructive behavior of the Lapsang Prime colony. Okay. Begin. Get to the root of this right bloody now. How close were we on that? Oh, we only just started that, so we're fine. My goodness. They just need a cup of tea. That's all it is. A cup of tea solves every problem. Oh, the infinity equation. As the ISS Gallus approaches the Gargantua black hole, they find they are not alone. At the edge of the event horizon, it soars, reflecting light from the stars being drawn into the dark, gaping hole. A gigantic construct in the shape of a perfect sphere. We cannot pick any signals from it, nor does anything we send make it respond. It simply sits at the edge of the abyss, waiting. Begins the technosphere event chain. Where did we find this? Well, it would have to be one of the black holes. Which one, though? That abandons this demise. Ah, there we are, Gargantua. Right, okay, well, this is quite an interesting one, and I'm actually quite fond of this one. Right. Okay. It sits silent for now, but will it be so forever? Oh, we're probably going to need to pull that into our... Oh, we'll probably need to pull it into our sphere of influence, which is a thing that's unlikely to happen anytime soon. Much sadness. Super much sadness, actually. Oh. Well. Will you please stop trying to sell my peeps as slaves, you scoundrels? My lord. It's awful. Tri Prime has joined New Frontiers in the Bubbles sector. Ah, this is a grand day. If only our people weren't being sold on the slave market.
System survey concluded.
Probing the void. After years of study, some researchers on New Frontiers are beginning to feel they understand the null void. There are currents, forces. Some flow which gently pushes against the portal to New Frontiers, bringing the traces of dark matter we are able to collect. In theory, it should be possible to make our portal more visible to this force, which should result in a larger harvest. Oh, okay.
Situation log has been updated.
Suddenly, the universe is very, very, very active. My lord. Whatever the strange force bringing dark matter to our portal is, attracting a higher level of it should result in increased production. Well, we've got 25 months on this. I am in... Yeah, I feel that we'll finish that one first, and then once we begin whatever the next research is, we'll quickly divert 41 months worth of research to this. In fact, getting that research done and increasing our engineering research will decrease the length of time that we'll have to spend on that. So that seems reasonable, honestly. Okay, well, we've got some unemployed. That is a shame. We need another 2 pop before we can grab this. And that does suck, actually. What I could do is I could get some production here. There are a few things that we could look at. Honestly, getting some more technician jobs is never a bad thing. we're also getting some clerk jobs. Kind of fits in with the whole administrative offices. I feel that is the better option. It would also increase the housing as well. So, you know, I'm down with that. Sure. Let's go ahead and grab that one. Get that one on the go.
Concluded.
Marvellous, marvellous, marvellous. Also, with a 95, we may be able to get a new edict as well. We go with Map the Stars. We're not. We're going with Diplomatic Grants. I very much like this. Let's get that going, and that may... I'm not sure if it's going to affect the Federation or not. If it affects our envoys here. No, it doesn't. That's a bit of a shame, but oh well. Governor Amira has become more experienced, but with this experience has come an increasing stubbornness. The governor has become quite obstinate and is having difficulty accepting new ideas. Oh no.
The special project has
That is unfortunate. Actually, quite unfortunate. Yeah, it's not a good one. Our borders closed. The Seban Collective have closed their borders with us. That is... I was quite hoping to research the planet you had that. So now we need to conquer you. Ah, man, that kind of sucks. Though on the plus side, we may be able to take over the galactic market. Either way, Savage Spores. The investigation of the strange and wild behavior currently besetting Lapsang Prime has been completed. In the vast network of cave tunnels that permeates the planet's crust, an enigmatic fungus has been found. It grows all over the caves, floors, walls, ceiling, and stretches out for thousands of miles. The fungus frequently releases spores that are vented out of the caves. For what purpose has not been established, but we know for certain that it causes primitive behavior in our species, releasing primal urges within. We can try to find a useful application of the phenomena, or we can exterminate the fungus altogether. Live or let die. I mean... Utilize the cave mushrooms!
Situation log.
Of course, utilize the cave mushrooms. Come on now. Right, let's have a quick gander then. Our scientists will try to find ways of using the primal effects of the cave mushrooms to our benefit. Go ahead and begin the research. And a new tradition is available, and indeed with this we get to pick a new tradition tree. Now, where are we gonna go? Well, I think after looking at our options, for the time being, I would actually like us to focus on working on our economy and indeed on just strengthening what we already have. So it's between prosperity and harmony, and of the two, I think prosperity is the better one. Harmony was tempting purely for the food reduction initially, but I think overall the advantages of taking prosperity outweigh it in the medium term. So we're going to go ahead and take this. Our mining station output will increase by 10%, and we will start unlocking prosperity tradition tree. There we go. Very nice indeed. But on that note, I'm afraid we've run out of time. The EOS Commonwealth has grown quite substantially in this episode. We've expanded out and we've surveyed a lot of the planets that yet remain to be surveyed. We've completed a reasonable amount of anomalies, though there is still plenty for us to look to. We've also started to expand out and started to fill in the gaps here and there, or at least we're working on it. We've colonized one new world, and the next one is probably not too far out. If we can get up here and grab these, and that's going to be fantastic because we can push the next consecrated world along. So this one, Jondas 4A, the consecration will be moved to Safiban 3 instead, and that will maintain our 3 consecrated world limit. We will also soon, hopefully, bring this natural wormhole under control. We are starting to see some fracturing in the community, or rather in the overall hospitality towards our empire. The Micton Keepers are now down to a minus 118, which is not particularly nice. I'll be perfectly honest there. Allied to rivals, yeah, that's a bit of an issue. We could try and restore that, but we're probably not going to, honestly. I imagine that we're going to let that one continue to sour until eventually we're forced to have a war. In terms of our Federation, it is very slowly ticking down. This is of great concern to me. I would very much like to get to a level 4 Federation. It's going to bolster us in many, many ways, but possibly one of the only ways we're going to get there is maybe to get someone else in the Federation, honestly, but that's going to be more and more difficult to do. By getting someone else in here, yes, we will have the negative from the additional member in the ethics, but we'll also have an extra envoy. So if we choose carefully, we might be able to get that one. The other way, of course, is to change the succession type to either challenge or random. Whether we can go for these, I'm not entirely sure on that one. But in terms of the galactic community, we're doing quite nicely. We are quite potent at the moment with 1,034 diplomatic weight. We are a good, well, more or less 40 ahead of our nearest rivals, and our allies are actually very far behind us in terms of diplomatic weight. The Senate is in session, and we are currently supporting natural sanctuaries. Lots of people have been pulled out. Thankfully, one of our allies in our federation is still on board. There are no opponents, but I don't think at this point now, if enough of them decided to jump on that bandwagon, it would be able to fail. But hopefully we can get this through, because that's going to cement our position even more with another big hit to diplomatic weight from economy. It isn't boosting the diplomatic weight from anything, so people who are just strong because of population or technology, which is namely us, will do well from this one. But that is going to be it for now. I hope you have enjoyed. In the next episode, we will continue to try and flesh out our space and actually conquer the areas which we have more or less cordoned off from other empires, and our science ships will continue to explore the odd pockets here and there where we haven't yet surveyed planets. But that is all from me. So until next time, and as always, do take care.